I hereby second the nomination of Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont for President of the United States of America.
Wow. As Joe Biden is set to give his acceptance speech this evening, let's hear from both sides of the aisle. Sinclair political commentator Ameshia and a member of the President's National Security Education Board, host of America First on Salem Radio and Sinclair Media contributor, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Doc, let's start with you. AOC, second nomination of Bernard Sanders, the senator from Vermont, not Joe Biden.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, Erica. I think she thought she was attending the Bolshevik Congress, not the DNC's Congress. If you add on top of that the incredible slap in the face for Kamala Harris that Michelle Obama pre-taped her speech before the nomination, so she wasn't even mentioned. This is a disaster. These are 2-hour-long attack ads in the form of infomercials, and I don't think we're going to see a bump like we usually do.
Ameshia, whose party is it? I mean, it really struck me when I heard AOC come out and not even mention Joe Biden. You know, and then you saw it, there seems to be a bifurcation of the Democrat Party. The younger people, the more progressive left, are the Bernie Sanders, AOC wing of the party, but that's not their nominee. Whose party is it?
It's the People's Party. I think that the Democratic Party has shown time and time again what they stand for, what values matter to them, as well as the people and the policies that they believe are the ones that move America forward. What we're seeing is a smaller rift, I will say that, but I don't think that that rift is as large as a lot of conservative media would like to make it out to be. What we do know is in 2018, the reason that Congress flipped was because we had a lot of people who came out and supported vastly moderate candidates. The core of the Democratic base remains moderate, and that's irrespective to age group.
The core, hold on. Let me stop you. The core of the Democratic base remains moderate. You can't put Bernie Sanders and AOC in there. They seem to be the most interesting, the most energizing people, elected officials on the left. Is it their party? How do you win when the core, you tell me, is moderate? The core is moderate, but the only way you're going to win is by getting people who are backers of Bernie Sanders and AOC's and Ilhan Omar's, the squad, getting them out to vote.
I would actually disagree with that. I think that there is a great effort that is going on to bring some of their policies to bear in terms of conversation and meet them in the middle and have that meeting of the minds. But I would argue that there is a much smaller group of far leftists that media tends to over extrapolate and make it seem like they're taking over a party, when time and time again, election after election, what we see is that far leftists and people who believe in socialist ideologies tend to not win. That is still a very small group.
Sebastian, how do you... You know, I'm looking at this, and this convention all week has just shown me that had they been united behind a candidate, they may have had a shot. I just can't see it. I don't see. I see what happened to Hillary Clinton in 2016. She and Sanders split the Democrat vote, and that's the reason why Trump may have waltzed right in there.
Look, Ameshia's being disingenuous. The Democrat Party of yore doesn't exist anymore. It's been captured by the radicals and the extremists. When you have Biden and his vice president sign on to the following policies: number one, 11 million illegal immigrants will be granted amnesty. Taxpayers will fund health insurance for those illegal immigrants, and nobody gets to have private health insurance anymore. That's not the Democrat Party. That is radical and that is socialist. I hope Biden's campaign's not listening, but the fact is every election, Eric, is won in the middle. Donald Trump has the most loyal base we have seen in modern Republican politics. None of them have left Donald Trump. In fact, it's grown. On the Democrat side, the only base you have that's loyal are the Bernie bros, who are radical, and they don't like Joe Biden. As a result, the Democrats have nothing to speak to the middle, to those Americans who don't want cities to be burnt, to be looted, people to be murdered in every single Democrat city, like Detroit, like Chicago, like Baltimore. There is no message from the Democrats, and as a result, this convention is really great for the president.
You know, Ameshia, I watched the nomination process. I saw Bernie Sanders on the Vermont delegates when they gave their, and then by the way, all of the delegates voted for Bernie Sanders. He's ominous. He's the albatross around Joe Biden's neck right now. There's no full-throated endorsement from Bernie Sanders of Joe Biden. It's a very weak-kneed endorsement at the very best. How do you win like that?
No, I agree with you on the weak-kneed endorsement. And I think that Bernie Sanders is someone who stands by his principles, and he's someone who's only going to go so far. He believes that he is right as far as he is on the left. And I think that, you know, those major losses he took across the South and across the Midwest in the primaries apparently have not moved him. Bernie Sanders does have some supporters, but again, and I acknowledge this fully, and I think that Republicans and Republican media also have to acknowledge this, the leftist extreme socialist wing that the Republican Party would like to label Democrats as has never been factual, no matter how many times people like Sebastian Gorka will get on TV and say it is. That's just not the case.
Final thoughts, Sebastian.
I just look at facts. I don't live in a fantasy world of propaganda. We have numerous members of Congress, new members of Congress in the midterms who are elected not as Democrats, Ameshia, but as members of the Socialist Democrat Party of America, including AOC. So let's not interrupt each other. Let's not interrupt each other. It's my turn now. You know the facts. You just don't want to talk about them because they're painful for you.
All right, we'll give Ameshia the final thought. There you go. Go ahead.
Again, Socialist Democrats make up a very small wing of the party, and less than 10 of them actually won in the midterm elections. Those were won by moderate Democrats. Point blank, period. It is what it is.
From the middle here, it looks to me like it is the most exciting wing of the party, the socialist wing of the party. It's what's inspiring young people to come out and get involved. And boy, are they not happy with the Joe Biden. I'm going to leave it right there, Ameshia and Sebastian. Thank you, guys.